You do want. I mean, you hear. I mean, Jackie Mack. I mean, you were on this earlier too. Like, floated Grant Williams out there as like.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at, like, you wonder what can Grant Williams and a first round pick from the Celtics, can that get you? Close to some, and obviously some matching salary. Can that get you something that could be a long term fit right now? You wonder if a deal like that could be in place somewhere. But I would think a move like that would come in connection with a bunch of moves.
Could it get you a Grant Williams?
Right.
Sometimes the mystery box isn't as good as you think it is. I think Grant's been really good, and I know he has his limitation. I know he has nights where he's just not very good. But that's like a lot of young players, and so like I can't sit here and scream about not playing young guys and then not embrace the development. Like, Grant's been really good defensively, moving his feet. Like, people keep trying to drive on him, and he just keeps stonewalling them. He's been knocking down threes. It's so funny because you talk about, this was the other problem I was running into. I was trying to make minor moves. I was like, all right, what if they call Portland as they kind of overhaul, and they ask about Ben McLemore, like, good corner 3-point shooter, stinks on defense, but at least you get a shooter. And I'm like, is he going to win time over the Grants of the world? Or really, in my mind, I say, would you rather just put Romeo in that spot and see if it works? And so, I just keep coming back to, like, I don't think it improves you enough in order to sacrifice any sort of asset to do it. So that's why I don't envy the position Brad Stevens is in. There's tough choices to make here, and I just don't know if there's anything that necessarily changes the trajectory immediately, or at least without encumbering the future. And that's why I think it'll, they always, they'll do something. They clearly got to do something to get below the tax. But
how many total trades? How many total trades? What's your?
So I think I told you last time you asked.
Yeah, are you sticking to your guns?
One.
You're sticking to your guns on one?
Schroeder. I do think it's two because right after we signed off, I was like, that wasn't the right answer. It's two trades. One involves Dennis, and one is either salary dumping the other three guys you mentioned at the end of the bench, Bobo, Dozier, or we don't talk about Bruno. But otherwise, it's, I just don't think it's going to be big splashy moves. I think you're going to hear other contenders go out and get names that and you're going to be like, why aren't the Celtics doing that? But I don't know if any will make sense. And, we already saw that people were mad about the whole Norm Powell situation, them getting him for so cheap. But again, it's just a different situation out there with what they can spend. And, just the reality.
3 trades. I'm going 3
trades.
3 trades. And 2 will be salary dumps, but they have a lot of different guys they can salary dump, and you might not be able to send 2 guys to the same spot. So I think they're going to 1 real trade, 2 fake trades / salary dump trades.
I can't wait for top 55 protected second round picks.
Oh my God! Just get ready.
Everywhere.
Pick swaps, the draft rights to Dino Raja out the door. It's going to be who's. Did they renounce? They had probably to renounce everyone after they lost the the cap room.
I can't believe I can't pull the name right now. Mike Zarin is going to yell at me because we used to joke about it for ages. But there was one guy who was the longest, that they just wouldn't rescind, and then they finally had to get cap space, and it broke my heart that it happened. And it's my mind is now so cluttered from the Kyrie era that I can't even pull the name, and I'm dry.
I mean, it's a long time ago now. We were a few years out here. It's been a goodbye for a little while, but it should be fun. We'll be along for ride. Make sure you're checking out Chris Forsberg. There's a trade deadline special this week, correct?
Yes, Thursday. Hopefully they wait to make all trades until Thursday. Otherwise, we're going to be like, we'll have talked about them all on Wednesday, and then we'll be there like, so there's still only those trades right now. Bruno Fernando is still going to Oklahoma City. How do we feel about this? But hopefully they wait and make all their trades Thursday afternoon so that you can check in. No post up this week. We're gonna do a trade deadline special. Very exciting. And a new Celtics Talk podcast that night. So be ready.
Boom. Big Thursday on NBC Sports Boston. I feel like Brad seems very prompt. Like, I feel like he's not going to wait till the last minute. I feel like he's going to want to get his work in, earlier in the day on Thursday, do the legwork, and then he can, relax with some, like, ginger ale or something like that.
The anti-Danny doesn't want to, like,
Well, look at last year. Look what happened. Like, last year's they waited to the last second. It was an absolute disaster. So you're not going to go down that road again.
Brad, if you happen to stumble into the Winning Plays podcast and you're scrubbing to find some valuable content, I hope the last 30 seconds is what you watch. Where B-Rob remind you, do your business early, do not lose a Javonte Green over the fact that you said, oh man, we actually acquired Evan Fournier. Now we need to salary dump.
It's also easier for us to just respond to
sure.
stuff earlier. It's just nicer. So just do us a favor. That way you guys have content for the whole 2-hour special. You don't have to be reacting in real time. And, we have a couple of extra hours to write. So again, NBC Sports Boston, check that out Thursday afternoon at 1. And then Celtics Talk podcast you'll listen to as always. And you'll find me at Mass Live